at this. Like, this is the best truck for towing. Like, no one can compete with Ram. I found a pretty cool 2023 Ram 3500 dually sport appearance package with the chrome bumpers. For 2023, they allow you to do that now. And I'm going to show you guys the window sticker, but before I do that, special shout out to Larry H. Miller, Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram here in Sandy, Utah. If you are in the market, Colby actually sold this truck, so be sure to ask for him. And let's go ahead and get into the video. This is going to be the window sticker for the truck we're going to be reviewing today. And here's the spec at the very top. Base price and some of the colors. And be sure to pause it for the standard equipment right here. Now, as far as the options go, protection group and sport appearance started off. And chrome bumper package is $95, so painted bumpers do come standard. Laramie level 1 is $3,200. And here's everything that's included there. High output Cummins is the most expensive option, and you guys can see it has that 410 axle ratio out back, and then dual rear wheels was $1,495. Destination comes in at $1,995 with a total price of $89,620. One thing that you have to agree with me on is this is a lot of red, and I do like the fact that when you have the chrome bumpers, it does kind of offset it. So I'm kind of glad they did not go with the red bumpers, because it would have been too much personally. And the sport appearance gives you that surround body color, which looks great. And the sport performance hood, as I've mentioned in other videos, it really does set off this truck. It gives it like that really aggressive look up front. Full LED headlights, incandescent turn signals, and your parking sensors are down below your tow hooks. There's no frontal camera. And then off to the side, 17-inch wheel wrapped in a Nexen tire. And these are going to be an LT 235/80/17 solid front axle. And I'll show you guys the capacity for the tires here in a second. And these are going to be heat extractors too. Now, if this truck did have night edition, I think it would look good blacked out with the 35 or 37-inch tire. I'm in on like a kick now with bigger tires now, especially with the smaller wheels. And here's the back of the mirrors. I'll show you guys some of the functions when we get inside too. But smart key system for the front doors. There's no running boards. And something you'll notice here in a second, this truck does not have spray and bed liner, fifth wheel prep package. So a lot of things are missing, which means you're going to get more payload capacity. So out back, when you get the high output Cummins, they do give you 2 overload leaf springs right there, right? Right there. And then you're going to get 5 leaves in the main pack. Now on this side, you do have an additional leaf down below. This leaf is to prevent axle wrap, from what I've been told. So this is probably the most robust suspension you can get on an HD dually. Now, what's even better than this suspension is you can get air suspension from the factory, which most people know about. Now, as I mentioned, I'm going to show you guys some of the capacities for these tires. These are going to be a load range E. And for single, you're going to have a capacity of 3,085 pounds. And then dual, 2,835 pounds. And that's max 80 PSI cold. A little bit of wheel roll protection inside of here, although they cheap out and not give you one in the center there. Then you have those clearance lights. One thing I like about Ram 2 is they're the only manufacturer for the dually segment to give you a sensor that I know of right now to protect your hips here. Sport badge is right there. And then full LED tail lights. The only thing missing from this truck is the fender flares, and they used to give that to you on the 2022 and earlier pickups. Parking sensors out back, class 5 receiving hitch, 4 and 7 pin. Something else that Ram does that the others don't do is give you LED lights for your license plate, and there is a light here. Additional lights for your conventional towing, and then a camera. Assisted tailgate. No bed lights, by the way. And check out the stance out back. I almost forgot to mention, this did have a 410 rear. So this is technically max toe. And here's your spare tire. I never really show that. And let's go ahead and pop the hood and let's discuss this powertrain if you're new to Ram. The Cummins turbo diesel is one of the best diesel options in the segment, and here's why. It's more balanced, so you don't need the harmonic balancers like the V8s do. It has less components too. So apart from that, in 2019 they did use more aluminum, to make this engine a little bit lighter, which gives you more payload. Now, I will say that Eisen transmission, the AS69RC, it's a 6-speed. I do think they need to upgrade that transmission. They don't need 10 speeds. It probably only needs like 1 extra gear, maybe 8. But for the most part, this engine is pretty lethal. When you are towing a trailer, it literally sounds totally different versus being unloaded. And 420 horsepower, 1,075 pound-feet of torque is nothing short of ridiculousness. But I do think it's time for Ram to really give this truck more usability for people who don't tow as often. So hopefully we'll see what happens in the future. I do know for 2024, they're not expecting to do any updates from what I've seen. Now, as far as the interior goes, let's go ahead and jump inside here. I want to show you guys these mirrors. So, class-leading mirrors. This is the only thing that Ram has updated for 2023. Well, they've done a few other things, like they updated these buttons here. They did add a digital gauge cluster for the limited Longhorn and the limited trims and the Rebel. Also the Power Wagon too. But I'm gonna go ahead and close the mirrors here so you guys can see. They do power fold both sides. They do provide a light right there. This is gonna help with reversing your trailer. There's also lights on the front. Hopefully you guys saw that. And one thing that Ram has done that the other two have not is they've made it available for you to actually power adjust the convex. That is the biggest selling point. Also, if you need to push the mirrors out for power, they did change that, so now you can do that from inside the truck. They will extend completely out, or you can fine tune them like this. So if you hold it down, they'll go completely out, or you can just fine tune them to the perfect setting for yourself. Both mirrors are heated, and I think that Ram has the best mirrors. Now, I don't want to idle the truck, so we're just going to kind of go through this really quickly here. So let's kind of go through this screen. So this is the first page that you'll see, which is the speedometer. You can switch it to kilometers pretty quickly by pushing OK. And then here's how I'm controlling that. One thing I love about the Ram trucks that Ford just adopted is this gauge summary. It gives you the coolant temp, transmission temp, oil temp, and oil pressure all in one spot. They also give you other gauges too, like the exhaust brake, battery voltage, fuel filter life, oil life, and then diesel particulate filter, boost pressure. So they give you a lot of different things you can look at and monitor with your truck. And then the tire pressure, hopefully you guys saw that. Gives you for all 6 tires. And then here's your drivetrain. So if you do plan on going off-road, it'd be pretty helpful. And that is pretty much everything I wanted to show you guys. Great setup for the fuel economy. Trip information is there. If you do plan on towing a trailer, you can monitor the miles you drive for the distance. And then for the trailer brake there. Audio, messages, like so if you have a bulb out, something like that, it'll pop up on that screen. And then you have screen set up there. And you can pretty much change all the information too and around in there. 12-inch display, trailer brakes down below, and then here's some of your other buttons for your exhaust brake, tow haul mode, and parking sensors front and rear. Four-wheel drive system. And they have the most USBs of any of the other manufacturers. They give you more power plugs, especially compared to GM. Another USB's inside of here is a Type A. And if you need an extra passenger, this does have the 6-passenger configuration with storage below the seat. Now, I don't believe this comes on a tradesman, so that storage is kind of like an option for some of these trim levels. But up top here, a little bit of storage, and they're the only ones that give you this power plug too. So if you have a navigation that you use or a radar detector or something like that, you can just plug it in up there. Alpine sound system. And let's kind of go through this real quickly. The most important thing that people are gonna want to see is obviously like the rear camera. This does not have any more camera views, it's just out back. You can zoom into your conventional hitch. Something else is settings. So you have so many things you can actually customize for your truck. And then dashboard, you have off-road pages, and then you have your towing and trailers. So as I mentioned, they give you your trailer brake inside of here. This is actually kind of cool. This is somewhat new from what I've seen. And it gives you all your other temperatures. Love what Ram's doing. Awesome. I love that they gave you the trailer brake inside of here too. That's really cool. Look at this. Like, this is the best truck for towing. Like, no one can compete with Ram. And then you have more pages here. So you have this for your transmission temp. So Ford just added this. And then Ram was like, we're gonna make it a little bit better. And that's what they did. They made it a little bit better. Like, I love this. This is so cool. And so you can do setup here. So if you have multiple trailers, you can pretty much name them if you like. You can change it to light electric or heavy electric or over hydraulic. So heavy electric is anything over 10,000 pounds, and then below is light electric. The other two don't give that prompt to you. But yeah, this is really cool. You have light check in here. You can activate it. And yeah, this is just, again, a testament to how good Ram is. This is what full navigation looks like. And let's go ahead and finish off this video with the interior, and then we'll show you the payload. Here's the passenger side. They do provide this suede right there with a really nice graphic. It used to be like a wood trim piece, but this is not wood anymore. But soft touch with stitching, auto up and down for your front windows. And then that suede does follow on the seats too. Storage above. And they do provide this like little rubber piece in here. It is illuminated. And then down below. And I like that they give you the black roof too. Here's some of your controls, LED lights, home links right there. And then out back, you have the storage on both sides on the floor. And there's a little bit of storage below on the other side, but there's a subwoofer right here. And then they do provide this light that shines down on the ground. Seat back pockets, power plug out back. As I mentioned, they give you the most. And then you have 4 more USBs out back. Now, if you do need to sleep in your truck, they do provide this kind of like platform for you that you can pop out on both sides. And you can sleep back here. You have cup holders on the floor there too. Now let's go ahead and check out the payload. So here are the numbers on the door. You're gonna have a gross axle weight rating up front at 6,000 pounds. The rear is 9,750 pounds with a 14,000 pound gross vehicle weight rating. And here's the tire specs. And they should have the wheels on here too. 17x6. And then all-in payload capacity is gonna be 5,470 pounds. Now the reason why this payload is a little bit higher than what you've seen in the past is because, again, no running boards, no spray and bail liner, no fifth wheel prep package. And if it didn't have the high output Cummins, it'd probably be closer to like 5,700 pounds because the Eisen transmission is so heavy. But I hope you guys liked the video. Special shout out again to Larry Miller here in Sandy, Utah. If you are in the market and would like to order a truck, be sure to reach out to the guys. As I mentioned, Colby sold this truck, so be sure to reach out to him if you are in the market. See you guys soon.